If you're a human being, the first thing you have to learn is compassion.
Compassion is outweighed by economics.
Francis Assisi, who had compassion. You may go to some other city and try your one word here, one word there, one word something, Mickey Mouse. It ain't going to work here in San Francisco. It ain't going to work here in San Francisco. Now you may say, who's this guy? I worked for the United States Park Police. And I studied most everything that is required to be studied to understand the mentality of those who do things because they are conditioned to do things. So don't you think that you can come here and say, just like that, you can change the mentality of some rogue police officers? You cannot. Now, I am not stating, I'm not stupid to state that all the policemen are rogue policemen, but the ones that are the rogues, what we call rednecks, that have no mercy, they treat people like animals. And when you get people who treat others like animals, the only way you can fix that is by giving them a complete blood transfusion or a brain transplant, which you are not capable of doing.
It still won't
You
work.
are not capable of doing. So, cultural competency. Understand about the people's culture. Number two, have compassion. If you have no compassion, go to hell with a coconut shell.
After 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when you had this panel over in the Bay Area, I got really curious as to what your outreach flyer was saying, because it was obvious that it did not go out to that community.
That's right.
I received this beautiful flyer, and I was really dismayed when I read it, because it does not get to the heart of what young people are looking for and the changes that it is. I was further dismayed when I discovered that there was no flyer in Spanish for this community to bring people in. This makes me raise the questions about what you mean by community. It's not the same thing as how I define community. And it also makes me wonder about the relevance of this panel's findings in San Francisco and in other places that you have been to. Okay, my second comment is I attended the Blue Ribbon panel on February 22nd, where Chief Sir and the DA Gascon, said a word question. When Chief Sir was questioned, he stated at one point the qualifications to become a member of the police department have been changed so that the current qualifications, some police officers that are on the force now may not qualify to be part of that department. One concern that really triggered red flags to me is, what about these officers? No matter what reforms or policy changes there are, some of them will not change their culture or their behavior. And we're still seeing this now. With all the fire that the San Francisco Police Department is going through now, I've seen violence, even in the last couple of weeks, that the police department is doing to people of color. Just the other week, I was visiting a friend in the Western Addition, and across the street came two police officers. There were two black men sitting in a car. They got two black men out of the car, and right away, they put their hands over their head. Well, as it turned out, another cop car came, but nothing happened. And the woman that I was visiting said, "That's my daughter's boyfriend, and he has a disability. He has cerebral palsy." So the people with disabilities, whether it's physical or emotional, are really targeted in this society. From what I have seen and heard in the community since your last gathering, the gap is widening between the community and the police. And 18 months is too long to wait for your recommendations. Something needs to be done immediately, and one thing is firing should serve. There is no trust of the police for people to begin to have healing and to begin to have trust. There has to be accountability, and there needs to be